I'm gonna wait for some people to come in here. I'm not super excited right now. I'm not super excited right now. I'm just gonna. I don't know. I don't know, man. I'm actually. I know this is ghetto. I'm actually like washing some dishes right now, so I was like, screw it. Let me turn the camera on. Somebody just told me what our starting lineup is for the opening season or for the the season opener. Not crazy about it whatsoever. Hey, what's up? What's up, Alan? What's up, Jude? Is that how you say your name? Jude? Jode? Jude? Yeah, I'm not crazy about it, y'all. All right, so the starting lineup is basically what we expected. They announced it today. Somebody actually ended up sending me video of the scrimmage, and because they're at the scrimmage right now, and they announced the season opener as DJ, Bryn Forbes. I'll be honest why I'm so negative on it. So, uh, of course, DJ, Bryn Forbes, Debo, LA, Jakob. I, I'm I'm not crazy, but I feel like it's not gonna. I mean, I think our bench is really great, right? So I think our bench is gonna be awesome. I think our bench is gonna be like have a lot of depth, and it's not like this is the end all be all. Like they'll just keep this starting lineup. But my thing is, I don't think it's gonna work. I just don't. Like okay, Crammy, you saying it's a good lineup. I think balance wise it is, but I think when it comes down to when the NBA season starts and we're going against all these backcourt duos, I don't see it working. I just don't. I think that the Spurs are going, which we've done plenty of, especially lately. I think we're going off of analytics. And I'm sorry if I'm like moving things. I just wanted to ramble for a minute. But we're going off of analytics, man. We're going off of what is the most balanced. And I understand that balance is important. All right, balance is important by any team. But I feel like with us, especially at this point, I think balance has proven to not really help us the last few years. I think in some situations you have to just go with it. You just have to put like I want an identity, okay? And I felt like our Spurs this season coming into this season. Oh, it's live on Facebook. I didn't even know that. But I felt like going into this season we need an identity. Last year we didn't have an identity. We had an identity crisis all year. It was times where we looked great, times when we looked awful, times when we looked tough, times when we looked soft. I didn't know what our identity was last year. And I said last year, let's just go all in with defense. And I'm saying the same thing this year. Spurs need to just go full force with defense. Put in your best defenders and leave it at that. And then try to work on them working collectively together. But right now they're saying no, we're going to be balanced. We're gonna do it by the books, and to me, I just don't think it's gonna work. It hasn't worked especially the last few years. It's just not gonna work to me. I think you need a identity. I think that's the most important thing right now for our Spurs is to just go ahead and gain an identity. And I don't think they're going in that direction right now. Which, I mean, I understand. You know what I'm saying? I understand the whole concept of having the best balance, going into the season. It's just not me, man. I don't think you should do it. The Spurs, what you really need is an identity. I don't. I'm trying to put this in words. I know it sounds like I'm just rambling, which I am, but you said nice kitchen, man. This kitchen ain't nothing. I know I'm going into like. How should I say this? I'm trying to put it into words because right now I'm just rambling. I'm trying to put it together on what I'm trying to say. Okay. I'll say it like this. Popovich, are you gonna start cooking? I'm gonna think, dude. I'm not even hungry. I'm just gonna try to clean up a little bit in here. Popovich is the greatest coach of all time, right? We can all agree that Popovich is the greatest coach of all time. I don't think that anyone will really disagree with that. That Pop is the GOAT, greatest of all time. Period, right? But every single person on this universe have flaws. Whatever they do great, they have a flaw to it. Popovich has one flaw, in my opinion. It's one flaw. And I think that Popovich's flaw is lineups. I think sometimes I think he overcoaches himself. And I think sometimes his lineups in certain situations end up hurting us. That's the one flaw I see with Pop. The only flaw I see with Pop actually. Because even if I think back at 2013 when, the Ray Allen shot, that was Pop. That was Pop's fault. Because he took out Tim Duncan because he overcoached. He overthought it and ended up biting us in the butt at the end. So I think that that's one issue that we continuously have. And I think in this situation, especially when you don't have Manu, Tony, and now you got Tim on the bench, but you don't have Manu and Tony out there to say, Pop, maybe we should try something. He don't really have anybody in his ear like that other than Tim. Hopefully Tim do something with it, but this is his first year as a coach. So I just don't want us to be in a situation where we're overly coaching. I think this is a safe route. I think when you start Bryn Forbes and you start, Jakob, I think that's I think it's a safe route. I think even in some instance, in some realm, starting LA is a safe route. I just feel like this is what this team is going to be. And I'll just be honest with you. I don't necessarily think we're better. We have better starters replacing Derek White with DJ. I think, to me personally, I think they're one and the same. I think both of them do something that's really good and tailored to them. They got two different kind of styles, but I think that they're one and the same. I don't think replacing Derek White with DJ in the starting lineup makes us better. I would say putting DJ into the starting lineup while you already had Derek White there makes us really good. I think that's defensive heavy. But right now, we're going to go ahead and this is what the team's going to be. It's going to be either the DeMar DeRozan show or the LA show. I do not like it, especially the LA show. I can't stand when we just give it to LA and let him go to work. It looks okay in the regular season, and in the playoffs it bites us in the butt. Shut up about Derek. Look, I'm not saying that. Look, even if, okay, all right, fine. Let's say they don't start Derek White, and that makes sense. You have Derek White come off the bench, and he be a facilitator off the bench. Fine. So just to show you that I'm not trying to be biased here. Let's say you take Derek White and keep him on the bench. Fine. Let him run the bench. You got a point guard on the starting lineup. You got Derek White coming off the bench. Well, let's go ahead and put in DeMarre Carroll. Let's put in two guys. I just want two guys that can play in the backcourt, that can defend in the backcourt. I feel like that will help us the most. We play good team defense, but let's be honest, DeMar DeRozan is not a great defender. He's an opportunist on defense, but he's not a great defender. LA isn't a good defender. He can, when he plays hard, he can be a decent defender. He's not really that good. Jakob is a good defender, I guess. He is. And Bryn Forbes, he fundamentally can play defense. Fundamentally, he can play defense, but his size limits him a little bit. I just think that we're going the safe route. And I would like to believe that we don't have to go the safe route. I would like to believe that DJ and Derek White have developed three-point shots or that can shoot three-point shots this year. It seems like right now what we're doing is we're saying, well, Bryn Forbes is going to stretch it out, which I agree with. Bryn Forbes is the man. I came on here and said that Bryn Forbes is the main reason, I felt like Bryn Forbes was the only player who showed up last year. So I'm not saying he don't deserve it. You know what I'm saying? Like, he probably deserves to be a starter. He deserves it. But I just think that right now, you look at our starting lineup, it just looks like we're going to have the same issue we had last year. Start cooking with Clan. All right, today we're going to be making peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. I actually don't have anything to cook. I got some chicken thawing. But yeah, I don't know. Bryn is playing at a higher level than Derek White. Preseason, yeah. I agree with that. Preseason, he's definitely playing higher level. But we couldn't say. But that's my point. My point isn't who's better offensively. My point is, I don't think we're going to be a great a perfect or great 3-point shooting team this year. I just don't see it. I don't see us being a really good 3-point shooting team. The one thing that I say that we're going to be good at is defense. That's the one thing. That's the one thing where I can look at our team and I can see Derek White, I can see DeJounte, I can see even Lonnie Walker. He's underrated at defense. Lonnie Walker played defense. I can see Damari Carroll. I can see Jakob. I see those collective pieces, and I'm like, damn, Spurs got some defenders on their team this year. But you can't look at the pieces on our team and go to the Spurs have 3-point shooters, a lot of 3-point shooters. You can't go and say the Spurs are well, we are pretty athletic. We are pretty athletic. We do have some athleticism, but I think the key things to our team this year is defense and athleticism. Just double down on it. Like you guys know I'm a Cowboys fan, right? So I'm a Cowboys fan, and one thing that drives me nuts about the Dallas Cowboys is that they do not do what they do best. They do not play to their personnel. That's why the coaching is so bad. That's why they're always, that's why they're always put in playoff situations and they lose second round, first round. Like the reason being is because they don't emphasize on what they do great, which is running the ball, play action. That's what they do great. And they don't emphasize it. They just go on to passing. They get pass happy because Jason Garrett used to be a quarterback. So that's just what they do. But when I look at the Spurs, I think that it is given that the Spurs are going to play the right way. It is given that they're going to get onto if they make the wrong pass, if they make the wrong read. It's a given, okay? So we're going to pass the ball well. Everyone on the team is going to be able to pass the ball, period. And you're not going to be able to be on the Spurs if you can't pass the ball, if you can't find the open guy. Sure, but I don't see us being a great 3-point shooting team, especially with Davis being gone. What I see is, and this is how I picture in my head, Davis is gone. We get Damari Carroll. Damari Carroll can't shoot as well as Davis, but he can sure as hell play some defense. Just go the defensive route. That's just my thing. I don't know. I mean, people are going to disagree. People are going to think that, I'm just riding Derek White, which I love Derek White. I do. Dude's a baller. But at the same time, even if we didn't start Derek White, I say yes, go defensive heavy, some way, some fashion. Because when we're put into these situations, y'all, I'm telling you right now. Hopefully the Spurs switch this up, because we're going to be put in a situation where we're going against the Clippers, and we're going against some of these key teams with these duos, and we're not going to have anything to match up with. We're not going to have any starters to match up with them. One day we'll have to go against the Nets. I mean, I know they're in the East, but that's a prime example. If you have Derek White and DeJounte, Derek White starting, these two guys can play against anybody. You could lock down some people. I really do. But people probably gonna disagree with this. I really do believe those two guys, Derek White, DeJounte Murray, they could lock down Paul George and Kawhi. I really do believe that. But right now, how it stands is, we got some balance offensively, but at the end of the day, it comes down to, can your players beat our players? And I think that we're going to be put in a situation. Well, I want to say sooner than later, but it'll probably be later. But we're going to be put in a situation where defensively we're just not getting it done. And that's just how I see it. I don't believe in Russell Westbrook and James Harden by any means. I don't think they'll do much. But I will be honest. I would like to have two starters that can match up with those two guys. Not offensively, because we're not going to beat many of these teams offensively as far as shooting. It's just not. DJ, right now, as it stands, DJ and Derek White have not made that jump that I was hoping for. It's not guaranteed that those two become stars this season. So with that being said, I say get your identity right, get it popping, and start playing some defense. But hey, What do I know? Let me see. I haven't been reading any of these. I'm sorry, y'all. It's kind of hard doing this because shit. Damn it. I spilled something. I wish that, is there any way of keeping the chat up? Let me see. Top chat. No, live chat. There we go. Dang, it was only showing me the top chat. What does that even mean? Can you guys even like these? Pop saw what I saw. Derek is damn good 6-man who can light up other teams' benches and get some easy points. Hey, he I don't know, man. I don't know. I'll be honest with you. You know, as much as I talk so great and high of Derek White, he surpassed some of my expectations. And what I mean by that is, I've been calling for Derek White to start, you know, for a couple years now, or at least be, you know, in there with DJ, because I always felt like he was, every time I saw him and he would play even 5, 6, 7 minutes a game, I was like, this dude can ball. This dude can find the open guy. He's a natural point guard. Period. Right. But he surpassed my expectations. I did not know he was going to be a defender. I did not know he was going to be that good at defense. I mean, he is really good at defense. He's not just... Actually, I would say he's pretty great at defense. I think he's a pretty great defender. I think he's one of the top guard defenders in the NBA. Is he the best? Probably not. I mean, I'm probably give that title maybe to Patrick Beverly or... yeah, I'll probably give it to Patrick Beverly as far as top defenders. Bledsoe used to be a pretty good defender. I don't know if he's still a pretty good defender. I haven't really watched a lot of him recently. Damn, dog, so good. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know, but he surpassed my expectations for sure. I wasn't expecting Derek White to be that great at defense. He's saying the Pels, Mavs, and Kings are better than us. Yeah, I mean, that's all hype. Kings are going to be pretty good. Pelicans, man, they're going to be a lot of fun to watch. I hate to admit it. I really do hate to admit it because we're going to see a lot of them, but they're pretty fun to watch, man. I mean, even the preseason pretty fun. But all that high-flying stuff Zion doing, you ain't got to worry about that in a pop team. in a pop system, you ain't going to see all that high-flying. He going to get the Giannis treatment. We're going to shut that down real quick. Yeah, you're going to have to bring more to the table than just dunking. When you him, let's see. Oh, yo, I think this is going to be a key comment right here. All right, so you said, all right, the impeccable, I'm just going to say the impeccable, says, I wish our team was based around a grit and grind style of play. It'll complement our players and hide some of our weaknesses, but I think to an extent, us having no rim running centers hinders that. You took the words right out of my mouth. That's exactly what I was saying. That's exactly what I'm saying. So I'm glad to know that I'm not the only one that feels that way. When I look at our starting lineup or whatever they just announced, it's like, dude, that's such a predictable line. Like, I knew you were going to do that. And I wish we would just compliment our players. Get to that grit and grind, because that's the best right now, how our Spurs stand. If we're going to go off, because it looks like it right now. I could be wrong, but it looks like it right now. It looks like DJ is the same DJ from a couple years ago. Derek White, he played all summer. He's the same Derek White from last year. Those are them being the same players that they were before. Good. DJ looked like he can shoot a little bit better too. And DJ got a lot of, like, this ain't the end all be all. I mean, dude, you know, he's still coming into his own. His first time on the court, you know, after injury, whatnot. So it's still a possibility he could be a star. But let's just say, hypothetically, let's say those two players are the same players from when we seen them last. they're still good damn players, but they're not stars. So now we're looking at them as they're not stars. This team is not star driven by any means. When we get to the point where we're saying DeMar and LA are our two stars, that's our duo. That's not a great duo. It's not. You know my thoughts on LA. I won't get into that. I won't just keep spreading negativity on that man. But DeMar DeRozan, I actually really like DeMar DeRozan a lot. But at the same time, those two guys being our stars, our duo, is not good enough. So if that's not going to be good enough, what could the Spurs do right now to make us competitors? What could they do right now to make us something to reckon with? That would be emphasizing defense. And I've been saying this since last year. I think our team last year could have emphasized a little defense. That was the only thing we really had going for us. That we could play defense. Like it was certain games where it was like, damn, I don't even know if this is Spurs anymore. How they just giving up points. But then there was games where it was like, damn, they playing well defensively, really well defensively. Where to the point where DeMar DeRozan is getting blocks on LeBron and Derek White is dominating James Harden, and it was some really good defensive showings last year. And I felt like we never just instituted it the way we should have. Dante Cunningham not playing most of the season pissed me off by it. Oh, it drove me crazy. I do not want DeMar Carroll to get that type of treatment because we need those defenders out there, y'all. We need those defenders. DeRozan looks off so far. Is it Murray? I think DeRozan gonna be fine. I mean, he's a vet. He gonna be all right. I don't know, man. It's a weird lineup. You can't tell me that lineup is great, y'all. You can't tell me, and I'm not saying that we're going to have a star lineup if we go the route that some of us think we should go, but that is not an appealing lineup. Basically, all we did was took out Derek White and put in DJ. Now, our bench is way better, and I'm not even getting to the bench in this video. I just want to talk about the starters. But all you did was replace Derek White with DeJounte. I don't think it makes us totally better. Maybe a little bit, maybe. I mean, I guess that's subjective, but I don't know, man. On paper, it don't look like it's all that. On paper, you replace one defensive point guard with another defensive point guard. The point guard before was pass first. The point guard right here can attack a little better. I mean, that's all I saw. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm being a little too pessimistic. I don't know. What's the lineup? I missed it. The lineup right now, they announced that the scrimmage, apparently, not a lot of people, but a few people messaged me and told me that it would be DJ, Brent Forbes, DeMar DeRozan, LA, Jakob. So, I mean, it's exactly what we expected. I think when I was on last time, when I was talking to you guys last time, and we were talking about potential starting lineups, I told you the lineup I wanted, and I told you the lineup that they'll more than likely go with. And, of course, surprise, surprise, this is the lineup they're going with. I just don't like it because I feel like, as it stands right now, I feel like our bench is going to be better than our starters. And I don't care for that. I don't want us to get into situations where we're coming off with a slow start, and I feel like a lot of times we're gonna have a slow start. That's just how I see it. I think right now, as it stands, our bench as a collective effort is gonna be better than our starters. I didn't even watch the scrimmage. Was it good? I saw my name here. Clan, what do you think of Stan Van Gundy said about us missing the playoffs? He said we're gonna miss the playoffs. Can you guys give me a little more context? Who did he give like an explanation of who he thought would make the playoffs? Oh, that's cool. You can watch the whole thing on Facebook. Well, y'all visit Facebook, watch the Spurs scrimmage. I actually didn't watch it. I was like, I gotta take it with a grain of salt, the Spurs scrimmage, because I'm just looking at it as, look, these guys, they know each other, they play with each other. They're not gonna play hard on defense. That's just how I saw it. They're not gonna try to play hard on defense. They're not going to try to hurt each other, nothing like that, so they're not going to try to play too physical. I just didn't care for it. Y'all, tell me a little bit about what Stan Van Gundy said. I'm about to be, because you guys know me as being like the biggest optimist when it comes to this team. Um, I'm not feeling it right now. Forbes hurt his hand. Was it bad, or is he gonna be all right? DJ Derek played hard. See, I got something to say about that. I figured they would. I feel like they're playing for their jobs right now. Jammed his thumb and index. Oh, he'll be fine. He'll be fine. He literally said what everyone says, that the West is loaded. Okay. I hate to say it, but if you don't mentally align with Pop and gel with him, he ain't using you. It's why Jay Sims, Jackson, Dedman, Blair, etc. had very shorts. Well, let me see. Hold on. You didn't think Jonathan Simmons gel with Pop? Mentally? I thought he used Simmons pretty well, I thought. Steven Jackson, yeah, they didn't gel that well. I agree with that. Dedman, Blair. I never thought Dedman and Blair deserved way more minutes than they were given, but that's just me. I mean, if you guys say yes, they did deserve it, then I can't say you were wrong because we didn't win the championship those years. So, I mean, maybe you have a point if you said that you felt like they should have played more. Timmy looked lost tonight. Timmy looked lost last game. I saw him last game. He looked lost last game. Yeah, he looked a little lost. He was trying to make jokes with Becky, and Becky was like, man, I'm in the middle of coaching, dog. That's how she was looking. I don't know what he said, but he was definitely trying to make a joke or something. Something was going on. And she was like, man, I'm in the middle of coaching right now. But let me say something about, because you brought up Derek White and DeJounte played hard today. They've been trying to play hard out of themselves. I don't know as of today, because you guys watched, I didn't watch. But they've been playing out of themselves from what I've seen in preseason. And it drives me nuts because this is a mentality right now, which healthy competition is good. But I haven't seen a lot of it when it comes to Spurs. I know it's a new era. I haven't seen a lot of seeing players physically on the court play out of themselves in order to keep their job. I just haven't seen it. Even Tony Parker, when he knew his time was kind of coming up and DJ was going to take that throne, he didn't play any different. He didn't play harder. He didn't play. He played how he always played. But when I've been seeing with Derek White and DeJounte, they've been playing out of themselves. They've been playing like who's going to be the star. Who's going to be the starting point guard. And when you're in the Spurs system, you know, it doesn't necessarily have to be like that. I think both of them should start and, yeah, leave it at that. DJ, to me, is a better point guard, but some people think Derek White will make a better point guard. Doesn't matter. Let both of them run the offense. Kind of like what you did with James Harden and Chris Paul at some point. You know, both of them were kind of running it a little bit. I mean, let them go out there and say, look, you two guys are our defensive heads. Lead us into victory. But, hey, I don't know. Spurs are playing like they have that DJ fear, not trying to hurt in the preseason. Forbes is definitely our best shooter. You just watched the scrimmage, and Forbes is definitely our best shooter. I said DJ and Derek were going to go out there and compete after their respective conference. It's only going to make them better, in my opinion. I guess. I mean, look, competition, healthy competition is always good. I don't think they have anything against each other or anything like that. I just think healthy competition is good, but damn. I mean, the way they were playing in those preseason games were definitely out of themselves a little bit. They were playing a little too hard, where on a Spurs team, it doesn't really function like that. I mean, Derek White going for stuff where he shouldn't go for it. And me personally, man, you know, okay, I'm going to say this. And this is just my opinion. I didn't say it out loud because I just thought, I just kept thinking in my head. I kept telling myself that can't be true. That can't be true. That can't be true. I'll be honest with you. I feel like Game 7, when we went against the Nuggets, Game 7, and the Spurs played like Dookie the whole game, basically. It didn't really look like we were going to do well, okay? It didn't really look like we were going to win that game. All game long, it looked like we weren't going to win it. And when Pop took out Derek White, I felt like, in my heart of hearts, I felt like that was a way of making the transition easier going to next year with Derek White not starting. That's how I felt. Now, I know that sounds crazy. I know it's weird, but that's how I felt. It felt as if we were going into a situation where it's going to be easier, because it didn't look like we were going to win that game. It made me feel like we purposely took him out just to make the transition easier into this year. And I'm not crazy about that. Wait. Ain't nobody afraid of the Spurs right now. They openly disrespecting them, and we haven't put anybody on notice. We get treated like a sleeper when we should be bullying teams. I agree. Oh, thanks for the super chat, Gio. DJ not starting every game, probably only 60, 70 total. How many games will White start with and without DJ next year? Oh, that's a good point. I would expect him to start every game DJ doesn't start. That's a good point. I never thought about that. That is true. Oh, you think White gets 40 to 50 starts? I don't know. That's a lot of starts. That's a lot of starts. I just, look, and this isn't like a DJ versus Derek White type discussion. We've had this discussion on this channel way too many times than I can count. So I don't want it to be that discussion. Who's better, who's not, whatever. I gave you my opinion. I think Derek White's a better point guard. I think overall, who has the capability of being better overall, DJ. But at the same time, I think that right now the Spurs need to establish a identity, and I think we need to do it now, because last year we went through an identity crisis where we didn't know who we were. We didn't know what we were gonna do every game. It's something different, and we didn't have that type of attitude. But yeah, I just don't think that we had identity last year, and that's my main thing. If Derek White starts eventually, sure, whatever, I don't care. As long as we have two defenders out there at all times, and as it stands right now, Brent Forbes deserve. You know, I'm gonna say one more thing. I'm gonna say something else too. It just came to me. It actually just came to me. This is another thing that I think we need to look out for as well, y'all. I think that if Brent Forbes, because we all agree, like I think all of us collectively as Spurs fans will agree, all of us, that there's people on this team that deserve to start, and Brent Forbes is one of them. I don't think anyone is going to disagree that Brent Forbes deserves to start, right? We all agree. But we would also agree that Manu Ginobili deserves to start, right? And he's one of the greatest Spurs of all time. But I will say this. I think that not starting Derek White will affect Derek White more than it would affect Brent Forbes if Brent Forbes didn't start. That's how I see it. Hey, is the stream okay? Let me know if the stream is okay. I see some people dropping out. Is the stream going okay? I'm using my phone, so just let me know. Let me know. Let me know. Ain't nobody saying nothing. I agree with that. DJ and Derek starting together will be monsters. And D-side is a duo. Yeah, that's how I see it. No pausing. It's fine. Dang, I don't know what's going on there. Says it's fine. Let me see. See what I can do. It's buffering a little. Okay. Let me do this. Hold on. I just turned the Wi-Fi on my phone. Let's see. That might make it a little smoother. Loading a lot. Okay. That might make it better. Let me know if that made it better. Let me know if that made it. That should make it better. I just connected it to my. It's fine. Okay. Um. Yeah, but what I was saying was, I feel like not starting Derek White will affect him more than it will affect not starting. Um. Damn, buffering lagging really? Still? Huh. Everybody's saying it's lagging. It's fine for me. Okay, so maybe it just takes a minute. I don't know what's going on. I mean, I'm connected to my Wi-Fi. My Wi-Fi is like super fast. Oh, okay. Why didn't you go to the scrimmage? I don't live in San Antonio. Everybody thinks I live in San Antonio. I don't live anywhere near San Antonio. I'm just a Spurs fan. I'm playing the Spurs fan. All right, so my thing is, I just feel like it's going to affect. I keep saying this over and over, but it's because people are saying it's going in and out. But I think it's going to affect Derek White more because Derek White has this thing where his one weakness is his belief in himself, his belief that he belongs in the NBA. And I feel like if you're moving him around like that and letting him come off the bench, I think it does something to him mentally. Kind of like what it did to Danny Green. For the life of me, for the life of us, for the life of the Spurs, you cannot put Danny Green on the bench. By any means necessary. Dude cannot be on the bench. And all of us agreed that Danny Green should have been on the bench at times. You cannot put Danny Green on the bench at all. Mentally, he just does not show up well when he's on the bench. Right? So I think with Derek White, I'm not saying Derek White's not going to show up. And, you give him that role running the second unit, whatnot, whatever. I think there's plenty of other people on the bench that could run second unit, Lonnie and Patty. But hey, I think even Brandon could do it. But I just feel like him mentally will mess him up more so than it will mess up Brent Forbes. Brent Forbes would be like, yo, whatever my role is, I don't care. I'm gonna come out there and kill it when I get out there. Derek White ain't got that type of mentality. Derek White needs to be, and it's nothing wrong with it. Certain players that's like that. I think Derek White has a lot of spirit in him. I think he has a lot of heart. But at the same time, he's one of those players that needs to be cradled just a little bit. He's just one of those players because he has a tough time believing in himself. And if you look at his story and you look at where he come from, and how nobody believed in him, nobody trusted him, and how it was like almost luck at times when he got his big breaks. I could see him having that issue where it's like, do I belong? Do I not? Because a lot of NBA players were always the best player on their teams. And I have a feeling that Bryn Forbes, in points of his basketball career, wasn't the best player on his teams. Came in late. Who are the starters? It is. It's going to be DJ, Bryn Forbes, Debo, LA, Jakob. It's basically the starting lineup that you could have probably guessed. I don't think many of us. I think if we had to guess what the starting lineup would be, I think most of us would have said that. That's not that bad. Yeah, I've been complaining though. Like this whole stream, I've been complaining about the starting lineup because I think that it's not bad, but I think it could be better. I think if we just went defensive heavy, that would be better. And as someone said in the stream, do that grit and grind style. Go all in. Don't half-ass it with just being like, okay, we're just going to be balanced. No, at the end of the day, it's not going to work. I think at the end of the day, you're going to be going against the best of the best. You're going to be going against some bad mother effers, these bad duos. and you're gonna have something to match up with it. And I think defensively we can do that. I don't want to see any. I don't want to see a lot of games of us getting behind early, or teams doing whatever they want. And then with somebody like Derek White, and then what we send in Derek White, like, hey, save us. I don't think he's that type of mentality. I think it's gonna hurt him more than anything. Sorry, I missed it. Maybe White will start as the season moves on. See, man, I wish we would just do it early. Our starting lineup changed so much last year. It was changing like crazy. And a lot of people say, well, it changed because, Bryn Ford or Derek White and DJ was hurt. No, it started changing a lot even after Derek White came back. It was changing way too much. And I think Derek White all season long has I think he earned a starting spot. I don't think he necessarily earned a spot to start ahead of DJ. And I don't think DJ needs to come off the bench either. I think he's the type of player, mentally, I think he needs to be on the... Is that nice jersey? Oh, you like my jersey? Let me see. I don't know if I can show it off a little. It's kind of weird how this camera's set up. Yeah. Like it? It's dope. Yeah. I'm glad you like it, man. I'm surprised this is like staying like that. That ain't bad. Maybe I should keep it like that. Nah, because I'm so close up. I don't know. Who do you like as the point guard if Derek starts? Oh, I've been saying that. I think Derek is a better point guard. Actually, I don't know how. The more I think about it, the more I'm like, I don't know how this would affect DJ. Dude, can I adjust this at all? I shouldn't have did that. See, now it's like all messed up. And yeah, now I think about it, I don't know how it would affect DJ if Derek White was the point guard. I think Derek White mentally, and I guess I'm just looking at everything mentally almost. When I say what the team should be, how they should play, what type of attitude should they have, it's all mental. I think mentally Derek White would not mind being the shooting guard in the starting line. I don't think Derek White has to run the offense to have a level head. I think DJ does. I think DJ needs to run the offense, or at least needs... I think DJ has in his mind, I'm the starter of the San Antonio Spurs. And especially with him in clutch sports, if you hinder that, that's going to be a problem. Damn, what the fuck? Your major must be psychology. Dang, I could say this out loud. I actually have a degree in psychology. Ain't that something? I actually never said that out loud. I've actually never said that out loud. That is crazy. I have a bachelor's degree, psychology, and minor in chemistry. Don't think I'm smart though, because I'm really not. All right. Where you live? Right now, I'm at Murray, Kentucky. That's where I'm living. DJ is great, but he's really not a point guard. I don't think he's really a point guard. I think he... I don't know. When you look at players, you can look at them and be like, okay, this is what they do well. This is the second thing they do well. I think DJ, what he does well is slashing, getting in the paint with his length and athleticism. That's what he does. No. Defense is what he does the best. Second, I would say slashing. Third, I would say playmaking. with Derek White, I would say playmaking, then defense, then probably shooting. He's a decent slasher, not really. That's just me. I don't know. I believe in. Don't get me wrong, y'all. I believe in Pop, but I will just be honest with you. Pop has one weakness, and that's his weakness. His weakness is lineups. Because, or not necessarily lineups, but just like overcoaching. That's his weakness. He always overcoaches. I should put this in here. I hope this stuff didn't go bad. I can't even tell. Being honest. But that's what he does. Does anyone know the lineup? I've been saying the lineup. The lineup is DJ, Bryn Forbes, Debo, LA, and Jakob. It's basically last year's lineup, but take out Derek White and put in DJ. Basically. But last year it changed up quite a bit because I actually liked it when Jakob was starting last year. So I'm not going to act like I don't like that. But it was times where Jakob didn't start. But I would say, I mean, I had to look at it, but off the top of my head, I would say that Jakob started most of the season last year. I feel like somebody sent me something. I got more to clean up. It might. Pelicans game in San Antonio. Oh, wait. You talking about the one on Sunday? I think it is. I think that one is televised. I think you'll be able to, if you live in San Antonio, I think you'll be able to see it. I think. Don't hold me to that, but I remember looking at the preseason games, and I remember the first two not being on TV. Like, you have to really go find a stream or something. And then I saw that the other ones, I think you can get it. You say yes. Somebody say yes. So, yeah. I think it's going to be televised. So, I think you'll be able to get to that one. I do remember something like that. I'm not going to front. I don't know why I keep this stuff. I can't even eat this stuff. Jakob gets on my nerves in 2K. Yo, Jakob's a badass in 2K, man. On cause I got drafted to the Spurs, and yeah, he was my weapon, like for real. I don't know if you're saying he played bad on there or he plays good on there, cause I know he was just killing, dude. Chicken poppers. I gotta throw away all these coupons, man. Can't eat this stuff. Look like it's dying down just a little bit. People starting to bounce, which is fine. I said my piece. At this point, I'm just putting a few things up. I'm gonna finish. I actually need to clean up way more, but I'm gonna do that probably tomorrow. Oh, you saying you can't play defense? Yeah, your Jakob's different than my Jakob on 2K. Cause my Jakob be balling. But then again, I got that what's it called? Defensive what's it called, man? Defensive anchor? Not defensive anchor, defensive leader. So that probably makes him better too. All this stuff. He does do the dirty work. Being from Kentucky. I'm not from Kentucky. I'm from Memphis, Tennessee. I became a Spurs fan when I was playing, I think it was a 2K I was playing actually. I think I was playing 2K. and it was an old 2K, and it was after the Spurs won a championship, which I wasn't. I was a kid, so I wasn't really a Spurs fan. I didn't watch the NBA, and I played against my brother, my older brother. He's about 10 years older than me, and I was whooping his ass with Manu. So then after that, I started. I was like, damn, Manu must be good. Manu Ginobili must be good. So I started watching more NBA. Started watching Manu Ginobili go against his Lakers because he was a Kobe's fan, and I was like, yo, Manu's crazy. He's crazy good. And then I became a Spurs fan. Later, clan. I'm out. All right. I'm about to head out too, y'all. I just want to get on here for a second. I can't believe it's been an hour. It's been an hour of me here, sitting here rambling. It took me an hour to do dishes. It took me an hour to do dishes because I'm talking Spurs. Manu Magic. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. There it is right there. Manu Magic. But all right, y'all. I'm going to go ahead and get off. All right, Crammy. All right, I appreciate the love. Thank you so much for coming through. And until next time, I don't know when. I would say Sunday, but I'm not going to hold myself to that because some stuff going on Sunday. Happy late birthday. Thanks, man. But I will get with you guys late to y'all. Peace. And thanks for this super chat, man. Geo, that was really cool. Deuces.